first Allied thrust came in the summer of 1942 against the Japanese in the Pacific. The Allied objectives were mere pinpoints in the vast reaches of the ocean: Guadalcanal and the Solomon Islands and southern New Guinea. The Allied plan was to wrest these important islands one by one from entrenched Japanese soldiers and Marines. On August 7th, 1942, American Marines in their first major amphibious operation landed on Guadalcanal. The American General MacArthur, at the request of the Australian government, had been made Supreme Commander in the Southwest Pacific. Under his command, troops from Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and the United States started a second attack on the huge tropical island of New Guinea. These men faced many dangers: malaria, jungle fever, dysentery, deadly snakes, starvation. They were fighting a fanatical enemy, an enemy who had been taught that if he died in battle, he would become a god. This was no war of massed tanks and artillery. It was a nightmare struggle of man against man. From behind every tree, every bush, every innocent bit of ground, there might come sudden death. Battles were long and tense. For many weeks it seemed likely that the Allied forces would be overwhelmed. The losses were great on both sides. These are Japanese dead. And these are Americans. Had it not been for the help and cooperation of friendly islanders, many more men would have died of their wounds, alone in the jungle. The Japanese recognized the importance of this campaign. They threw in major elements of their fleet in desperate counterattacks. In fierce night battles, their naval forces were destroyed. The American Navy had established definite superiority in the South Pacific. Supply lines to America were secure. The first Pacific offensive had been successful. The United Nations now had air and sea bases from which to launch further attacks against the Japanese. Almost the first use to which these airfields were put was to evacuate the wounded.